Who doesn't need more tool storage? This is a 32-inch folding work table from Viper Tool Storage. Can you guess what business they're in? Yeah, that's right, tool storage. So they make toolboxes, they make work tables, they make all sorts of solutions to help you organize your tools better, and maybe even small equipment, small parts, things like that as well. So they have a whole line of different types of boxes and awesome, premium series toolboxes, as well as Pro Series toolboxes, getting into stainless steel, powder coating, you name it, they have it. But let's take a closer look at this folding work table. Then we'll actually go hang it up and see what we think about it, and then we'll come back and talk about pricing and about warranty. So this is the 32-inch folding work table. You can see thickness here is right at 6.5 inches overall, a little more than that, and about 19 inches tall overall. And the overall width, I believe, is 32. Yeah, so right at 32 inches. Now, this is obviously the lime green. You can also get this in white and black, as well as stainless steel. You can also get the work table in stainless steel. The stainless steel is a premium, so it's a little more than the powder coating and the wood top. But you can get the body in stainless steel with the wood top, or you can get the body in stainless steel and a work top in stainless steel, and also powder coating on the body and stainless steel on the work table. So all that, again, will change in pricing, but it is available. So basically there's a pin here on the right-hand side. Pull that, that opens this. And by the way, this is a 200-pound capacity overall. So they recommend 50 pounds here on the lower shelf, 50 pounds on the upper shelf, and then 100 pounds here on the work table. Now, with that in mind, you got to make sure that you're mounting this very well to the wall. Now, it comes with, as you can see right here, some mounting screws. So we get these large lag screws right there. And then there's a couple of smaller screws right there. Even comes with an Allen wrench, and that's going to be, I believe, a 4mm, which should fit all of these hex or Allen screws. So there's 3 right here on either side, and then there's 1 right here on the pivot point as well. Now you can see we get a pegboard here on the back side, and it actually comes in, so gives you plenty of room to actually hang your pegs. They're not going to hit the wall behind it. And then these slots here are for hanging, or for running your screws in to hang on the wall. So we do get a small shelf up here, which the shelf itself is about 5.5 inches deep on both the top and the bottom. And internal dimensions on that is, again, right at 32 inches wide, because kind of tucks in behind here. Now, build quality on this, I've got my thickness gauge here, and if we go here, so not quite 18 gauge, or I'm sorry, it slips into 18 gauge, kind of tight, but there's powder coating on there, and won't go in the 20 gauge. So they claim that it's 19 gauge. I would believe that. Like I said, it does slip tight into the 18 gauge, but it's not quite that thick, because you got to take in consideration the powder coating on this. It does have some thickness. Now, one thing I did notice that I like is everywhere there's an edge that you kind of feel, it's doubled over. So it's actually bent over, and so it's got a nice smooth edge on it. Unlike here at the top, it's just a little bit sharper, but you should never really be holding anything or grabbing that up there, but just, wherever your hands and fingers are going to run across all the time, it's got a nice folded over edge that's a lot smoother. And it does seem to have these welded places right here where the shelves actually meet the body. So glad to see that, not just spot welds, but actually beads ran. So should give it some more rigidity and make it nice and strong. Folding hinges here that they screw here at the top, and then they're riveted here at the joints. And again, you get a spring-loaded pin. Pull that out, just a hole there in the side of the wood top. And this wood top, it is 30 inches wide and about 18 inches deep here as you fold it out. So it gives you a nice place to store some things in there, but also fold it down and be able to work on it. Fold it up out of the way when you're done for the day, and it looks nice and tidy. Take a look here on the back side. and kind of everything we saw right there from the inside. So our pegboard here, and then our slots for hanging on the top and the bottom. Again, seeing some welds right here on the sheet metal, not just spot welding, but actually welds there on the edges. Great to see that. Let's take this over and hang it up. First, I'm going to go ahead and take this top off, or the table off, make it easier to hold it up there while we're screwing it to the wall. If you are going to remove this top, make sure that you catch this little plastic washer that goes in between the hinge and the body. So we've already used our level and marked out a couple of lines here and drilled some pilot holes, and we're going to run in our wood screws. A couple of screws in there should hold it, especially without that work table in there. And then a couple on the bottom. Now we're ready to put our top on, or not the top, but the work table. So we'll see how big of a pain this is going to be. As I mentioned, you want to make sure you get that rubber washer in between the body here and this. Really, the right thing to do would be to ask for some help when you're installing this. Probably should use the cameraman's help. Might have been smart. And what you can do, you can run this screw out just a touch, about as deep as the washer, and you should have enough slack without scratching it. In fact, you can back your screw back out a little bit. And now that we've got the hinge part on, I think we should be able to fold this up because it's attached at the hinges. And by the way, these are like T-nuts in here, so it's not just threading into the wood. So now we should be good. Yep. Holds down nice and solid. Tucks up out of the way. I've got ours mounted a little high, but I wanted it above the electrical box, and I'm really not using it to write on or anything else, just kind of storage. I can bring things out as I need to. Probably going to store a lot of aerosol cans, things like that in there, maybe kind of like a little paint cabinet, but very handy little box. So you can get the Viper 32-inch folding work table for $169, and that's with the powder coating and the wood top. If you want the stainless steel body, I believe that's going to run you $200 something, and then a little more if you want the stainless steel top as well. A limited lifetime warranty on this, and again, 200-pound max capacity on all, 100 pounds on the work top, and 50 pounds on each shelf. Really handy little tool, or really handy little workstation that folds up out of the way. So I can see many different ways that this could be used, and I think you can figure that out. And you could even have, individuals have their own little workstations here. You could use it for writing invoices or paperwork or what have you. So check it out. Also keep track of us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and TikTok. Have a great day. Keep smiling.